The world has changed. Women have grown. And these three women are the living exception of what most women are not thinking about. Like somebody's angels, the blonde, the brunette, and the redhead are on fire. And they're here for you. Daisy might be a little too real. Maria is not afraid of being tough. And Alexandra likes to humor herself along with everybody else. Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels. Oh, and be sure to wear your heels.
Woo! Yay! We are here one more time and we want to amuse you with our new topic. I'm not going to tell you yet what it is.
Not yet.
It's a good one. Yeah, I know. I wish I could say, hey ladies, but I don't want to offend our strong and growing audience of listeners, male listeners actually.
Yes.
Daisy has some people she wants to say hi later, maybe some guys that have been following us. We want to thank you for listening. It's so funny how you create a show where women share their secrets, thoughts, ideas, tips, and men follow it.
They want to know what we're thinking.
Exactly. Anyways, you guys are awesome and thank you for following the show. We meet every week and talk about real things that we face every single day. I am Alexandra and I am honored to have you as part of my audience.
Yes.
Here on
Women
on Wheels.
And I'm Daisy Cedeno. And remember, find us on the social media, Women on Wheels TV show. Twitter, the same thing, and of course we have polls every day, every week, and you can post, tell us what you're thinking, how you're feeling, what did you eat today. No, we don't want to know that.
You don't need to know what they ate.
I'm just kidding. We want to know what's going on in your head, and maybe we'll learn something from you. We're learning from each other. So I'm Daisy Cedeno, and I'm your social media girl.
Social media girl.
It's like a commercial, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like a commercial.
I'll make a commercial for you. You want a commercial?
Okay. And I'm Maria Salamis. Okay. All right, girlies. Today we talk about what is the worst from a relationship. I don't mean relationship itself, but the people that associate with your partner in love. Now,
Woo! That's hard.
that's like hardcore. So, remember the number is 786-370-6186 or 786-440-8450. Text me all the time, and then after hours you can call Alexandra.
Oh no!
I'm teasing you. Even though the week to tell me what you think about the topics we discuss. I'm Maria Salamis, and this is such a good topic. I love it. I'm like all for it.
Okay, get ready for the topic. We'll be right back. I love commercial breaks because you can go to the bathroom and then come back and catch up.
I can answer my calls, my
I
own
can
personal
check
stuff.
Yeah, I can check Twitter. You know how people used to go to the bathroom with newspapers and magazines?
Not anymore.
No, you go with your phone now.
Nowadays with the cell phones, it's horrible.
Today we're going to talk about something very scary. Wait.
Scary, you think?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it could be.
Was that the wolf? Meet the wolf! No, I'm not trying to insult anybody, but back to my train of thoughts. We'll be talking about meeting your mother-in-law and meeting your siblings or soon-to-be siblings.
The family.
Oh my God! Should I say that's awkward when you meet the family?
Yeah, because one thing is to meet the guy, to fall in love with the guy, but then you're gonna be judged, Maria. I mean, like, you need to make them fall in love with you too.
Oh my God! But
Don't you think?
isn't it scary? Like the topic today is what is the scariest thing about meeting the family, either the mother-in-law or the brothers or the father of the person you're with, and what would you do after meeting the family? How would you judge that relationship going to the future?
Well, I mean, if you know that this is the guy for your future, and of course, if the guy is introducing you to his family, obviously that's what he's thinking.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that's a major thing.
I know.
It's a major thing. I mean, yes, your nerves, your adrenaline is going, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet his family, blah, blah, blah. But, Daisy needs the Heimlich. But I think once if I know that who I am and I have so much confidence in myself, and I think I'll be fine with it because I know who I am. I have enough confidence for myself, and I just know that if I love myself and they see who I am because I have respect for myself, who wouldn't like that?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like that? I mean, I love meeting families. See how I put the S at the end on them?
Families.
Families.
I think I would love to meet the family to know who I'm marrying. Because when you
you have to.
You marry the guy, you marry the family.
You marry the family. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So who do you pay attention to more? Do you pay attention to the mother, the brothers, or you try to find who influences him the most and you pay attention to that one person?
I think you're right. Whoever influences him the most. But you know what?
Everything okay? You need some water?
But
I'm sorry.
But I mean, I think all of them. I mean, they're all his family. They're all important to him. So
no, there's one person always that is very close.
Yeah, mommy's little boy.
Or
yeah,
daddy.
for sure.
Or the
daddy's
dad.
little boy. It depends if he's the only sibling, the only child in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have any siblings.
The mom.
The mom, exactly.
He's a mama's boy.
Of course.
Ooh, wow.
And that doesn't bother me too much.
No.
I mean, a lot of women don't like that, but for me, it doesn't bother me.
You know what I like to meet the father. The father, I think it's easier to kind of because women we sometimes the mother-in-law could be kind of tricky.
So that's the scariest one.
I think
the mother-in-law.
That would make me gear more to her then.
Yes.
Because if I'm convinced for her to like me,
mm-hmm.
no matter what, if I have that much confidence in myself, she'll love me.
What about
I already know she loves me.
But don't you think that...
What about Monster-in-Law and Jennifer Lopez and Jane Fonda?
Oh, yeah. See, again, I think that's just that level of respect. I think it's just that level of respect.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Time has gone by. I think that it's very... My experience in relationships, I think maybe I have a particular taste for mama's boys. I guess they behave differently to other type of men. You know that men behave depending on their tendencies.
Yeah.
And I think it's been very scary for me, but not to meet the person, but how they're gonna judge me and how they are going to try to influence their kid. It's a kid for them, their son, to either like me or dislike me. So I guess the scary thing about it is that they can win or not, and you want them to be on your side. Mm-hmm. But sometimes that doesn't happen. You say, Maria, that everybody's gonna like that you have confidence, that you have confidence. Mm-hmm. But a lot of mothers sometimes might not like that. They might take that as a little arrogance. So it just depends who you are dealing with. Because they can see anything right, wrong, if they wanted to. There's always like a variation of what you're doing that can be something else.
Moms always want to see their son being taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in my era, anyway.
Yes, no, you're right.
Yeah, and I respect that. I mean, it's the way I was brought up also in a Greek home, the Greek mom, takes care of the whole family. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. But, it's an even share.
Yeah. We'll keep talking about this topic in a little bit, so just listen through commercials. We're going to be listening right with you.
We'll be right back.
Dun, 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 dun. Women on Wheels to the rescue, yes. What is your issue? You have to call 911 if it's criminal activity, because we cannot help you on that.
Crazy.
It depends
host.
what criminal. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
What criminal activity it was?
No.
Well, before we got
no.
cut off by time, we were talking about very interesting stuff. We were talking about that first of all, when you're meeting the family, you need to identify who the most influential relative is, and then Maria was saying that you have to, bond with them, and that's very important. Now, my other question is, there are some relatives that I have tried to bond, and it's just you practically would have to kiss their ass to make them happy. So that just pissed me off very much.
I don't like that.
That's from the very beginning a problem.
See, yeah. What do you think? What do you think makes that happen? I always notice that there are some women that are very protective of their children.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and who is that who's dating my precious little boy?
Yeah, but they don't know.
You know what I mean?
And if you're a mother and you have boys, you should know that that's not good for your son. That you're trying to find him something perfect, because you might just push everything away from him, and he might have nothing going on for him in the future.
Exactly.
Well, how do you feel about that, Daisy? You have a son.
I have a son, and I want him to marry a Christian girl. I'm just kidding. I do want him to marry.
And you want him to kiss somebody for the first time at 18, right?
Yeah, I want him to get married when he's like 30-something.
40.
He told me, I want to walk to the aisle, Mom. I don't want to wheel to the aisle. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He told me
come
that.
on.
He told me that, and he's only.
He hasn't seen our hot photo shoot about women on wheels.
Right.
No,
we're on
he's
wheelchairs.
he's only.
No, we're on wheelchairs. We're like sexy wheelchair mama.
But I mean, no, I want him to be happy, and I want him to love himself first. When you love yourself, when you take care of yourself and you respect yourself, you're going to pick somebody who's going to do the same thing for you.
Agreed.
So I think the most important thing is that he knows himself and respect, and I know, and I have to let him pick by himself and accept whoever he brings.
I think that's the main problem. I think that a lot of mothers don't think that they raised their children.
That's correct.
To think by themselves.
Yes, you're right.
That you raised this human being till he was 18. You were telling him what to do. I know that you have more experience than him because you're older. Experience teaches a lot, but you should let him use his brain now, because if you did a good job, he's gonna take care of himself.
Right, and it's gonna show.
Exactly. Well, moms sometimes they say, "Oh, I know, I'm doing it for your own good. I'm doing it for your own good."
Yeah.
That's the bad.
Yeah,
that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you go in meeting the family, kissing their ass, I don't like that.
No.
Because then, your true colors come out later. I mean,
Yes.
I just go in and be myself right then and there, because why waste time if they don't like you now and start kissing ass and bring out, the good in them. And then later on, that person brings out their true colors, and they're like, "Oh, what happened to that person that we first met?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know she was a hater.
Right. See what I mean? No, I mean, I say be yourself, and you have no worries later on.
Exactly.
That's what I
I
say.
I want to say hello to a couple. couple people that likes our pages on Facebook, Women on Wheels
Thanks
TV.
for following.
Thank you so much. Well, we have a lot of likes. We have Ursula, Carla, we have Shirley, Nancy Boilski. Sorry if I didn't pronounce it right.
That's my girl, Ursula.
Yes, and Kimberly Stool, Tracy Mary. We also have Carlos Maecha. We have Javier Latorre.
Hi, Javier.
Javier. He's my friend. He's also, I have Early Gonzalez. He's a sweetheart.
He's a Dan's crush, right? Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
We also have Susie Bond. We have Lourdes Mercedes. And thank you for all the people that are following us on
Women on Wheels.
On Women on Wheels.
Women on Wheels TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and thank you to a couple of my CrossFit girls, Jennifer and Marcelin and Dana and Tammy. I mean, thank you for supporting the show, girls. It really means a lot.
Yes, thank you for being with us every show.
Yes, for sure. And thanks for kicking my ass.
Kicking your ass?
In CrossFit? It's no sugar and spice and no cherry on top.
No, I know. All right, we will be right back after commercials.
Bye.
From commercials, and we are talking about who is the scariest relative from your significant other to meet.
And sometimes it's not the mother. So it depends.
No,
right?
of course. It depends always who's the strictest one.
And sometimes the one that is really nice to you, it could be the mean one.
Come close to the microphone. Say that again. Say that again.
They're the mean one. They're just pretending.
Precious.
Evil.
Oh my God.
There you go. No, sometimes like, oh sweetheart, you are so beautiful.
Twist the knife.
And then the knife in your back. No, I'm just kidding. Say hello to all the mothers-in-laws out there who are beautiful, especially if they had hot guys or sons.
Oh my
crazy.
God. So,
I'm telling you,
we got an email from a friend of mine.
Crazy women on wheels today, ladies and gentlemen.
We're just joking. You have something, Maria?
I do have a couple texts. Girls, listen to this. Sandy from Vero. I met the family for the first time, and it's definitely stressful, but be yourself. That's a good point, and just like what I was saying earlier. And Kathy from Michigan. Wow. Thank you. Met the family and definitely did not like me at all.
Oh, wow.
I went out later and got
Right.
very drunk.
Oh my God!
Yes!
Why would you get drunk?
Gosh.
Get them drunk.
To wash
Get
it
them
away.
drunk.
Yeah, she would get drunk to wash it away.
Oh, girl, Kathy, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I mean, obviously, my advice for that, I mean, if they didn't like you, Ugh.
He likes you.
He
If
likes
feels
you.
like
I mean,
you,
Yeah, but remember,
ugh.
family is like we are attached to our families. Most of us. Some people are like they have no law. They have no jurisdiction.
Right.
They have no family. They're like they stand by themselves.
But just like what Daisy said, you marry him, you marry the family.
yeah, that's the only thing. But maybe you can say something like, okay, never mind. I'm going to jump into my experience. I wanted to share some. When you are a teenager and you're dating that boy from high school, it's better. It's nice. It's like different but everything changes if you are the single mom with 2 children. Well, I'm going to tell you both experience. The first one, I had an experience with my first boyfriend from school. And the first thing that my mother-in-law came to say is like, when I met her, I said, you must be the one, because I told him not to bring me any other women to this house.
Wow.
And I was like, well,
Nice.
I don't know what to say. Thank you. So
Well, how did you feel about
Well,
that?
that was rude.
I felt a little bit like, okay, she
I don't
will
think
tell
that was
me.
rude at all.
No, she told me straight to my face that he was dating other women. But it's okay.
Well, if he was dating other women and the mother said,
Bring me the one
the
that
one
is
to the
going to be.
house, that means a lot.
I know, but I have to be careful with that guy. That's what I was thinking. Anyways,
Right,
the other
true.
experience is that after you are, like a single mom, it didn't work. I had a divorce, and then you have to introduce your own family to that family because you come with a package. So I had another experience that it was
I have
really,
a bow on top.
yeah, really nice.
Package, bow on top.
Oh
And
yeah.
bow on top, nice. Can you wear lingerie with that?
There you go.
Bow on top of my head.
But then it's my family meeting their family because I come already with the whole.
Oh no,
9 yards.
that's another topic.
That's another topic. But
Family congregation.
it was kind of also interesting to see that it's not only about the other family; it's about how I feel with that family. If I want to be part of that
Of
family,
course. Because remember that woman is going to be taking care after your children when you guys go out and things like that.
Mm-hmm. And you, Maria?
I've had experience with meeting families, and I have so much confidence in me that it doesn't bother me at all. Am I privileged?
Have you ever
Absolutely.
had a negative encounter with a family on the other side? Maybe having different beliefs from you or a different culture?
No.
No.
I mean, no, because again, if I'm not going to meet the family unless I'm also confident in the relationship as well.
So that leads me to another question, and I want to leave the audience with this question before we go to commercials. When is the right time to meet the family? When is the point in the relationship where you should be socializing with the whole deal?
For the holidays.
No.
When you get a present, you can give presents away. I'm just kidding.
How deep in the relationship should you meet the family, or should you meet it at the beginning? We'll be right back. Stay still.
Don't move.
like a picture. And this is the end of the show. We want to leave you with a little bit of information and some tools for you to handle this type of things, meeting the family and meeting the relatives and things like that. I have myself put a horoscope for you depending on the type of interaction you see between mother and son or father and son. So, first of all, if you see that the mother doesn't let her son get his plate or cook something for himself or either clean after himself, you see a mother that wants to spoil her little kid. Mm-hmm. And that might be an overprotective mother. Mm-hmm. Another one is a man that speaks to his mother every day. And he needs to speak to his mother every day. Either he needs to or she calls him.
Okay.
I have seen that. Yeah. And what happens there, it can be many things. It can be that she has no job or she has nothing to do. But she can still stay away from your relationship and be lovely. It can also be that she's needy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we go to one of our past topics that we've had here. Another thing is that if you see that his mother is a strict person and she's like anal about things, that might be a little complicated when you have family with him, because she's going to be trying to direct everything and which direction it should go. And the other thing is, how do you see her relationship with her man? You know, either her new man or the father. If you see that she's disrespectful, she's probably not going to expect from you that you're gonna respect her son, because she's gonna be judging you as if she was looking herself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. So that can be a little dangerous on your side. Those are my inputs on that, and I hope you take notes.
Yeah, you have a good point, because I have a girlfriend who's been married now for 11 years, and she always had a great relationship with her mother-in-law. And just recently they lost her husband, and ever since she lost her husband, she became very needy of the son, and calling him every day. Okay, yeah, we respect the fact, blah blah blah. But then she started intervening in the relationship. So my advice would be back off and let the husband deal with the mother.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Never get in that line of fire.
Never get in that line. Tell him what the problem is, what the issue is, what kind of stress it's leaving on your marriage, and let him deal with it, because it is his mother, not yours.
Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line also?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how far.
How far can you be friends with your in-laws? Going out, let's go to the movies, let's go to the spa with the mother-in-law. I think it's healthy to do it, but you have
How many times a month?
No, that's too much.
Depends on the stage.
I will say that you need to have a relationship with her, of course, because she is part of your husband or boyfriend lives. So it has to be something that you need to be able to call her, talk to her. Don't ignore her, because she was the one who raised this wonderful man that you're in love with.
Right.
So you need to know that for sure, and just draw a line. I will say, because like I said it before, it could be somebody on your side or somebody against you.
Yeah, of course.
I have a good tip also. Like, say if you're going to the family's house for the first time and they have dinner ready, see what her actions are. Again, I always go back to the phrase, listen to what people do. And if she was the one who was cooking and put this big old feast together for you, have some respect and help her.
Of course.
Help her.
Yes.
That would tell her a lot about you.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's what shows her how you treat her son.
We want to hear from you on Facebook, and we want to hear what are your comments, your opinions, your problems. Not too many. Yes, about this subject.
This subject.
Please follow us on Twitter, Women on Wheels TV. Also, the Twitter and the Facebook. The Facebook is very important because we have polls every week. Women on Wheels TV show. So we want to know what you're thinking about this. This is a very hairy subject.
Very sometimes sticky situation. We have our Google Plus, which is Women on Wheels TV, and of course our blog, which is womenonwheelstv.blogspot.com. And again, the phone number, call and text anytime, is 786-370-6186. Again, it's Women on Wheels on the blogger.
And if you want to check us on Instagram, you know, the wonderful photo shoots and be part of them, you can also find us on Women on Wheels TV on Instagram, and just tag yourself with Women on Wheels TV and with We on Wheels.
Mm-hmm. And Women on Wheels TV on our Spreaker account and our SoundCloud account as well.
What about the blogs? We haven't mentioned the blogs.
Maria mentioned that we write blogs every week.
Yes.
We give information about beauty, about hair. We give information about movie reviews. So stay connected with us because we are a pretty active crew.
Yes.
That was all for today, and thank you for listening. We'll see you or hear you later here on Women on Wheels.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
The world has changed. Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels.